Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Boy, I'm excited about today's show. I want to tell you something. This man here is a comedian, a writer, an actor, a digital content creator beyond belief. Cameron Johnson is here. Cameron, thank you so much for giving me a little of your time. You're back. You're back. You froze up. I did a great intro and you froze up.
I know. I was saying that I'm gonna take that opening clip and send it to my mom and send it to my mom. Be like,
Yeah.
listen,
Well, you want me to do it again? No.
no, you're good.
Well, hopefully we got it. Hopefully I got it. But honestly, I mean it from my heart that I watched your stuff today and you are absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate
I
that,
mean,
man.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I've been around. I'm 63. Let's take baby steps. You're in
Okay.
Springfield, Missouri,
Yeah.
born and raised in that area.
Born in Colorado, but yeah, raised in Missouri for
Okay.
Southern Missouri, for sure.
When did you start? Well, no, because I watched a lot of stuff today. I do a lot of research. I write down a lot of stuff.
I love that, man. Good on
And
you for that.
if I'm right, we have one thing in common already, class clown. You were a class clown.
100%.
Yeah. And your goal was to make your mom, your grandmother, make people laugh.
That's the gist of it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I grew
I don't want to, put words in your mouth. This is all
no,
about you. It's your comedy
no,
minute.
I grew up in and out of foster homes.
Okay.
And so with my mom, she was an alcoholic. So I learned that the quicker I could make her laugh, the
Yeah.
better our day or night was going to go.
Okay. Good, good, good. Um, and I'm not sure because, and I guess we can get right to it as far as whether the TikTok thing or stand-up comedy started first. Which one started first?
Stand up comedy, 100%.
Okay. So when
Yeah.
did stand-up comedy start? And I always ask people this, the catalyst. What was it that said, you know, Cameron do stand-up comedy?
Um, Man, it was my friends. I'm always jealous of the guys that were like, when I was 13 years old, I knew I wanted to be a stand up comic because like I didn't know that. I didn't. It never
Okay.
crossed my mind. I tried to be a battle rapper before I tried stand up comedy. 100% tried to
I'm
be a battle
sorry.
rapper. No, that's okay.
Sorry.
Here's the deal. I couldn't write a song to say my,
You're in Springfield, Missouri.
yeah. At the
Where
time
all
I
the
lived
battle
in,
rappers come from.
no, and I lived in an even smaller town at the time. I used to drive up to Columbia, Missouri, but all I had to do was make fun of somebody and make it rhyme, and I'm pretty quick witted, so like I did
Okay.
okay. But that popped in my head first. This was right around whenever 8 Mile came out, so everybody wanted to be a battle
Yeah.
rapper.
Eminem. Yeah.
Yeah, but um, yeah. So I never thought about it when I was like 29. A buddy of mine was like, dude, you should. We went to an open mic. It was an acoustic open mic, no comedians at all. And he's like,
Okay.
dude, just go. You should go up there and tell some jokes. And I was like, I don't have any jokes. And he's
Okay.
like, well, just go up there and talk, man. You're funny. I was like, I don't think that's how it works. Like, I'm good. And I kept saying no, and I kept saying no, but we kept drinking. And then finally,
I like that part.
finally about an hour into it, I had a good buzz going on. My buddy goes, dude, I'll pay your tab here, and I'll pay your tab the rest of the night
Oh
if
man.
you'll go up there.
Done
So I
deal.
went up there.
Done deal.
Yeah, I ate shit for four.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I ate shit for 4 minutes. Well, we got a total of five. I'm up there, and most new comedians, and I was no exception, say the most horrific things possible whenever they're first
Yeah,
starting out
right.
trying
Yeah.
to get the laugh. I'd run through all those, and then I looked down, and the head of my HR department was sitting in like the front row of seats.
Oh,
I didn't know she was
oh.
there, and I was like, "Oh, the head of HR's here," so I'm fired. And she's like, "It's after 5:30. I don't care what you say." I was like, "Cool," because I always wanted to fuck you and Jessica. And the place exploded. It was like
Oh,
a
wow.
mass. I don't know that I've ever got a bigger laugh since then. Like it
You
was
turned
so.
it around. Yeah, you turned it around. That's great.
But that was my last joke. I walked off stage and like even though like I ate it for 4 minutes out of the five that I had, I was like, that's all I want to do. I just want to do stand up.
Okay. And when was that? When was that? Pardon my
2013.
Okay, so you've been doing it a while. You've been doing it a while.
Yeah.
And were there comedians that inspired you when you were young and comedians that
No.
you like today?
I say there's when I was young,
Oh,
like
and
I
you did say that you grew up. Mom was an alcoholic, and it's not so it wasn't a lot of comedy in the house.
no, like I grew up like I watched it in passing. The first comic I remember any of his bits, remember like actually being like, oh man, that guy's hilarious, is Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, I
He,
was gonna say you remind me of Bert, if you don't mind.
I get that so much. Like
You
somebody just
do,
told me
you
on a
really
video I put
do.
up today. They're like, "Are you related to Bert Kreischer?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"Fuck my
your
witch."
material is so spot on.
I appreciate that. But yeah, so I remember it was National Lampoon's New Faces 2 is the first like special anything that I remember seeing of anybody.
Okay.
But yeah, and then big fan of Greg Giraldo. Rest in peace.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
love that guy.
What about comedians you like today? Are there comedians that you like today that you kind of just enjoy you personally watching?
Yeah. I mean, obviously Chappelle.
Okay.
I love Jim Jeffries.
Yeah,
I
great, great.
and it's kind of bandwagon, but Nate Bargatze has gotten really
Yeah,
big lately.
sure, sure. No,
That's when I
that's
started
fine.
paying attention. I was like, he's a clean comic, probably not. But man, that guy writes so well.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, let's move on because this is where the meat. This is where, for the kids at home, if you're still watching, I want to move on to the TikTok stuff.
Sure.
But I loved the story about you were doing TikTok, and then somehow, I guess your wife, your girlfriend, the girls had a Christmas list. Is that how
Yeah.
your first big one hit?
Well, I'm going to back up just a skosh because you asked
Yeah, you do what you
if
got
I
to do. You're in charge.
okay, well, that's a runaway train. Um, but you asked if TikTok came first or if like stand up. So I had a boss who came back from a conference. He's a big entrepreneur. He goes to like a bunch of these conference stuff. He's like, dude, you need to build social media. You need to get on TikTok. You'll blow up. And so I got on TikTok and I made probably 20, 30 videos and like
Okay.
no views, nothing. I got like 3,000 views on one video. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like I'm blowing up. And
Yeah, I know all about it.
so, but yeah, that was the year we decided every year our daughters would tell us what they want for Christmas. Every year we would either get the wrong size, the wrong color, the wrong
Right.
model, whatever it was. We're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put your stuff on an Amazon list. You put it on there. We'll buy what you put on there. So if you put the wrong thing, it's on you. And so I was going through it and I was just like, it was absurd things because now they have access to like the
Yeah,
whole of
I
the
watched
internet.
it. Oh my God, fingernail sets and oh my God,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And so I was just going through and I was just like talking shit on it. And my girlfriend, she was like, that's the video. Go
Yeah,
make a video
yeah,
making fun of what your daughters want for Christmas. And I made it at 7 o'clock, put it up at 7 o'clock at night. Took me like maybe 2 minutes. I went to sleep and the next morning I woke up and it's the
yeah,
fabled I had like all my numbers at the bottom of TikTok were like 99'd out. So
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
go.
No, I've been there. Believe it or not, I've been there where it's 99 plus, 100 plus.
Yeah. Well then I like opened it up and I looked at it, I was like, oh, that video has 80,000 views. And this was
Yeah.
like 7:30 in the morning. And so I was like, okay, well, I got to go in and tell my boss I quit. And then, and then I go into work. We get done with like our morning meeting, and I look at it again, and it's at like 250,000 views.
Right, right.
And I was like, man, I'm gonna shit on his desk. It was like slowly building.
Shit on his desk.
The level of quitting was escalating quickly, and then by
Yeah.
lunchtime, I had 1 million views on that video, and I jumped from like maybe 600 followers
Yeah, it's a
to like 12,000.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the start of it, and then
That's incredible.
How to piss off your teenager. Say good morning. Use their dumbass slang. Ask any questions at all. Wake them up. Show any sort of public affection. Call them on the phone that you pay for. Chew. Look directly at them. Breathe. Ask them if they're not too busy, if they could clean up their mess. Sing or dance or try to show any enjoyment at all. Play the 90s and 2000s music that you...
listen. I have so last month I had about 65 million views,
Yeah, no, and
and
if you don't mind, do you want to run through them because you have over, I think, 1 million followers between TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
yep,
And what is it? What's the total? 50 million, 100 million? What do you have with views?
in views I think I'm like 900 million.
Wow, that's incredible.
I mean, like I said, I last month alone I had 65 million. Facebook's been, but here's the double edged sword to that, and this messed me up for a really long time. And I'm trying to just give some information for people who make stuff too, because I had all the success on TikTok. So then when I'd have a video that would only do like 10,000 views, I'd take it down. I'd be like, oh, this is trash.
Right.
2,000 views is still good for a video, for like a 30-second video that took me a minute to make. But I was like, I got so like the new norm was like hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah.
And so that's a slippery thing to get into. So now I'm always just like, I make a video I like, and if it does well, it does well. It's not up to me. It's up to I just make it, and if it goes out there, it's none of my business anymore.
You do like at least one a day, it seems like.
I try to do 2 to 3 a day.
2 or 3? Oh, wow.
Yeah. On Facebook, I do like 1 a day on TikTok now, and that's somehow like I just kind of hit like I don't know who I made mad at TikTok, but I just stopped. Like I stopped getting views on TikTok, and there was like, oh well, don't say you're shadow banned. It's the content, but it's not, because these videos do millions of views on Instagram,
other platforms,
Facebook,
right? Yeah,
and like on TikTok, it's like 800 views. I'm like, that's dumb. Whenever they switched over the ownership this last week, I actually started getting views again. So I'm hoping that whenever they switch over, they just didn't carry over the bullshit they had.
We've been telling everybody about them. And they're pretty much themed towards one thing. You want to tell the people what they're themed towards?
Just being a dad. It's just being a dad. It's venting about all the shit that I can't say directly to their faces, because then I'll have to pay for fucking their hair, their nails, and therapy.
I fucked up. I wanted to raise strong young women who speak their mind. But what I did was raise some sarcastic, mouthy motherfuckers. I don't know if you've ever had a motherfucker who's afraid to go to her car in the dark, talk shit to you, and be good at it, but it is enraging. Before I had children, I had no idea that a human being can make me proud, laugh, and incredibly pissed off all at the same time.
and you know what? I don't know where to go, because just recently somebody was giving you some grief about, you making these videos, and your daughter leans in and goes, "They're fucking jokes."
Yeah.
Is
well,
that your...
it's the weirdest thing, because I usually try to like assume people are intelligent, capable people. I have some people going, I can't believe you're just bullying your daughter on the internet. You're a piece of shit, dad. And like, I've only had one video that I've ever put up where she was like, I don't like that video, and I immediately took it down.
Took it down,
yeah.
Sure.
And like they love the videos. They like my youngest daughter's now old enough that she's gonna start, like, she wants to beat them really bad. So like I
wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, most of my videos are about my older daughter.
Again, I don't like to interrupt, but I watched on YouTube because I was so curious. There is a video. There's actually 2 episodes of you and your daughter
making slime.
And you, I love the opening question. Would you rather shit your pants and she falls out?
Yeah. Which we were gonna have a podcast for a while, but it was too hard to nail down schedules for a teenager. She's very busy, and I'm like, that's dumb. I got nothing going on.
So lately, there's been a bunch of comments on my videos about, oh, he's making fun of his daughter on the internet.
They're fucking jokes. Nailed it.
But anyway, the videos are you, and I mean, since I came across you, I watch them, and you not only relate to the teenagers, but to the parents, I think. Would that be your?
Well, that's where I was going to go next with, like, kind of the, this isn't necessarily an advice thing, but I do feel like I have a little bit of,
absolutely. Please.
Advice. But it's, the biggest mistake I see with comedians or content creators in general is they make something they think is really funny, which is a key element. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the second, if not the first thought, has to be, why would somebody hit that share button? And so that's where I've gotten really lucky, because my content gets shared from kids to parents, especially like in the early stages. It was roasting stuff my daughter wants, and a lot of stuff was stuff that like kids her age wanted. So they'd send them to parents like, oh, I want this too. Or parents would send it to the kids because they talk shit to their kids too. Now the stuff that I make is not necessarily about stuff they want as much, but it's still getting sent back and forth from parents because it's stuff that everybody's going through. It's stuff that like is just a natural part of being a teenager or a parent. So they get sent back and forth to both of them.
It's so relatable. It's so relatable that, I mean, I watch them and I just go, oh my God, I feel for this man. or I will say, I feel for your daughter.
Yeah, 100%. I get that. I'm a lot. Listen, they put up with a lot from me.
No, and I'm joking because I don't want people to think that because I know it's all, and it wasn't until I saw your daughter lean in and go, they're fucking jokes. But yet there are people that are still like, well, he's making her do that. No, she's having fun.
Yeah,
You're not hurting anybody.
yeah, they don't. Well,
And like I said, I don't think there's only one or two with her even in it.
yeah, well, and whenever I was like my daughter, both my daughters have experience in school. Like their friends like know who I am, so then they get like a little bit of like notoriety or clout. They get people who know who I am, so like
And
they get a little
they
bit of,
want
like,
you to help them.
notoriety. Yeah, they get a
Well,
little notoriety.
that
Like, oh, your
brings me.
dad's the famous guy on TikTok.
Does your daughter or your younger daughter, do they have TikTok? Do they have their own channel and go, Dad, could you help us out?
Yeah. So what's funny is like my oldest daughter, she went through a phase where like I tagged her in some videos, and she grew a little audience, and she got a lot of views just independently on her own because she's an artist. So
Yeah,
she like was
okay.
drawing, and like she had one video get like 1 million views because she was
Wow.
like a drawing. Yeah. And so I did that with her, and then she kind of went, I don't really know that
Yeah, I want to do it right.
all
Yeah.
this. So then she took that channel down and then put up a new one where it's just her and her friends, and yeah.
Okay.
And then my youngest daughter just got TikTok for her 12th birthday, and so she wants to be in the videos, and she wants to be tagged, and she wants me to, yeah. I mean, like in my head, like I'd love for them to build an audience only for the fact that like they're both really talented people.
Okay, yeah, on their own, separate from what you do.
Yeah, and I'd love for them to be able to support themselves by doing what they love or getting to do what they want versus having to like subscribe to the workforce. Like you got fired, just for telling some jokes. I don't want them to have to deal with that.
Do you enjoy doing the skits more, or the bits on Instagram, TikTok, or stand up more?
Stand up, 100%. I started making content because I wanted to build an audience that would come see me at shows. Like, because like there's a lot of gatekeepers. There's a lot of a lot of politics, but there's a lot of things that go into like getting booked.
Well, and so, you are to them, the TikTok, not the stand-up guy. I'm not putting.
No, that's fine. I've had 2 people now put me on their sites because this is the first year where I've tried to book like national tour.
Yeah,
and I've had 2 different people now say, "Oh, TikTok started this," and I was like, "Oh, I hate that. I do."
Yeah.
But
it doesn't matter how good you are as a stand-up comedian. They have you labeled as that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had a weird week. My daughter is learning about bullying in school. So she called me when I was on my way out here. She's like, I have a question for you. Have you ever been fat shamed? Not till now, you little dick. I didn't need that.
If you're going to do online dating, you need to ask follow-up questions about what they put in their bio. Like if a girl's like, I'm single with no kids, you have to say, is that because you've never given birth or because the state took them? Those are different breakups, okay? One of those will set your Toyota Camry on fire, all right?
Do you have a favorite show that you've done, and I'm talking stand-up, and then least favorite show where shit didn't go so good? That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Favorite shows, I've got a few. I just did the launch of my tour. Like I've always had like a lot of I don't want to say a lot of confidence.
You can mention the tour because you are going on tour all over.
Yeah, well, I don't like saying like it's not like a lack of confidence, but I've always like been trying to be very humble. Like when I say it's my tour, that sort of thing, or a headliner, like I've been real like reserved on saying that because I think a headliner should be able to sell tickets. If you're going to call yourself a headliner, your name will bring people in the door.
Like George Wallace. I've had George Wallace on my show, Kathy Ladman. They're people that can fill seats. Yeah,
exactly. And so if you're not now, you can be the closer. You can be whatever you want to be. Like if you're the headliner, like you should be like, okay, I can sell tickets.
Fill the room.
In my head, that got put in there sometime along the way. So I have been really nervous, but I did the launch of my tour. I did it in my hometown, and it was sold out first show of the tour. And I was like, and it was like so many people that I love most in the world were there, and it just was probably like the best feeling of like, okay, because they all saw me when I started, and I was horrific. Just
now, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I thought I watched those sets now, and I'm sure every comedian goes through this, but you watch your like first set, you're like, oh Jesus, that is no wonder my friends stopped coming to shows.
Least favorite show That would be the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, least favorite show was I. Okay, so I won a pretty big.
Are you are you
comedy.
picking through? Are you trying to pick through just one?
Oh yeah, I've had some bad shows, but this one was I won a comedy competition in Joplin. I was like, okay, well, I've obviously headliner material. I'm like 3 months into comedy at this point. I moved to Springfield.
Okay.
I start doing shows. I get booked to feature. Do you know who AJ Finney is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know the name anyway. I don't know that I've actually watched his stuff, but I'm familiar with him.
So I get booked to feature for AJ Finney. At this point, I'm like, I should be headlining this show. I don't know why I'm just featuring. I had a weird ego when I first started. So I get to the venue. There's 8 people there. I had rehearsed my set. I'm doing 30 minutes. I'd rehearsed it without pausing for any sort of laughter, probably 50 times. It's exactly 30 minutes, no matter how I say it. The MC goes up and just not a single laugh, nothing. He does like 6 minutes. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go up and kill these people.
And there's 8 people. Eight people?
8 people.
Wow.
And so I go up, and I cannot stress this enough. I did not miss a single joke. And I timed this, and it's 30 minutes just talking, not waiting for laughter. I did not miss a single joke, and I got done with my entire set in 12 minutes. And like, I'm walking off stage, and AJ's walking up, and I was like, good luck. These people are terrible. And then I watched this dude crush these 8 people for 45 minutes. They could not have laughed harder. At one point, I'm pretty sure one of them offered to be a surrogate for his child. It was just, all of them bought shirts. And like, that's when I had the recognition that like, okay, it's not just, you can do the time. It's, can you make people laugh for the time allotted?
For the 30 minutes, yeah.
And that's a big distinction that I still think a lot of comedians miss for a long time, is that it's not how long you can go there and talk. It's how long you can make people laugh.
Yeah.
But that was the worst show. Yeah. I wake up in cold sweats about that.
Listen, you worthless piece of shit. You're lucky that I don't know where you live. I guess that it's good that only one of us has the other's home address then. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm just saying I guess it's good that you don't have my address and I'm the only one that has yours. It's right here next to your phone number and your email address. And for fun, I pulled up a Google Maps search with your address, and I can see like a picture of your house. That's a big truck. It's one of those. It's lifted. It's got those truck nuts. I wish that I had your confidence. I'm not gonna lie. What do you mean confident? No, it's just like most people when they see like a truck like that that's lifted with some big old truck nuts, they're like, oh, that guy is overcompensating for something. No, and you're confident. You're like, you know what? I don't care if the world knows that I have a small dick. Why are you pulling up a picture of my house? Not really, just like kind of a curiosity thing, I guess. Like I just do it sometimes. Which, your house has a lot of wood. That's right. We love the rustic look. The more wood, the better. I would be so worried about like a fire. About like, the house catching fire. Because all that wood, it would go up like a match. And a fire at your house with all that wood and the fire department being 8 miles away. How do you know how far the fire department? Man, there wouldn't be any stopping it for sure. So you're brave. Well, listen, I got some calls coming in. And so can I count on you to give me 100% whenever you get the survey about me?
Well, what is the writing process? I know with like the TikTok, Instagram videos, obviously it's your daughter's, but
Yeah.
What's your writing process for stand-up? Is that, similar? Do
It is.
you use a lot of that material?
It is. So I try to rehearse my set at least once a day as like a catalyst for like tags and then just stream of thought. Cause like once I get into it, it's just the same way it is on stage. Like when you're on stage, you start coming up with things, and like that's a hard thing to reproduce just sitting down at a desk. I have tried for a long time to be that guy that's like Seinfeld, like sit down at the desk. Your job's to sit down at the desk every day. Yeah. But I'm really good at talking myself out of that. So I'll rehearse my set, and then I'll just expand on a couple jokes. And then I do have a process system where like I write out an idea, and then I make fun of the idea. I write something funny about supporting the idea, and then I write some like questions about somebody who has no idea what
Right.
I'm talking about. So it's like somebody who hates it, somebody who loves it, and somebody who's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
And between like trying to examine the topic from those 3 points of view, usually
Okay.
I'll get a little bit. I would say that's the just now for the video side of things. Usually it's I turn on the camera and just start ranting about whatever I'm pissed off about for that day.
Really?
So
Okay.
lot better. And then obviously from those, like one thing I have had the privilege to do is that now I can take the stuff that goes viral and turn those into stand-up bits because I know they should do well because they've made millions
Oh
laugh.
yeah,
So
yeah. I didn't think about that. It flips the script.
and then I can expand on because my videos are about 20 seconds at the longest. So
Right. So what's the future hold? I mean, you're going to go on tour here.
yeah.
What is perfect? A Netflix special? What's the perfect end for you?
That's the announcement that I made my first show. Was that the goal is that I'm going to try at the end of the tour to tape a special and see if I can get it sold to Netflix. I don't want to do like Amazon self distribution. I want to get like oh
Okay.
I'm kind I don't know. I'm kind of a snob sometimes because people are like, oh, I put my special up on YouTube. It's like you made a YouTube video. That's what you did. Like it's everyone can do that.
No,
It's
no,
a
I
special.
hear you.
Yeah. So I'm like I said, that's not a good. If you've done a YouTube special and this is to your audience in general, I'm not trying to talk shit. I would like I like self or I like external validation a lot, and I'd really like people at Netflix to like me too.
Well, you're a really bright and smart guy and funny guy. I think the world of you, and I think if it's okay with you, when it's done, will you come back and chat with me again?
Of course, yeah. Well, I'll
I
come back
would
whenever
love
you
that.
want.
I would love that because I've been doing this a while, and I've had young comedians, and I've had a young lady that she couldn't get arrested on YouTube, and now she's monetized and making good money and laughing and enjoying life. I've been blessed in my life, like because we chatted a little bit today about helping people out and doing the right thing, and that's why I think you're so great
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
because you do really care about people, and even though, and that's why I find it so funny about the comments and your daughter leaning in and going, I mean, that just made my day. It's a fucking joke. It took
Yeah.
your daughter to lean in for people. Because I've had people, tell me to deep six myself. Get off the porch, old man. I've had people say some horrible things to me.
I've received death threats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
It's weird. Well, and the funny thing about like all the people who are mad is like in their heads, I'm this guy that's just like my daughters have no idea I'm making these videos, and I'm just like no,
Yeah, yeah.
like sometimes they're sitting there, they're like giving me things that like I've talked to them about or something, or they send me their list. Like I'm not just like I'll and like a lot of it was started with their Christmas list. Now I'm like, what do you girls want me to make fun of next? And they'll just send me whatever
Yeah.
they are looking at. So they know about the videos and are very on board with it.
No, and you use all the terminology, Riz, and everything that they use. All
Yeah.
sus, you're sus. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. I had a little bit of it.
They're right here. Did you guys attack your cousin Eric? We all just played a game all day. So you put him in a sleeper hold and shoved him in a suitcase? Well, we did do that, but it was part of the game. What was the game? Oh, we were playing kidnap. Why did you pick him to play the victim? You kind of answered your own question. He's small and he has no upper body. He's literally the only one who'd fit in the suitcase. Did you ask if he wanted to be kidnapped? Oh, that's stupid. Nobody wants to be kidnapped. Was he crying when you shoved him in the suitcase? I put him in a sleeper hold. He was out. He says that he was crying and that he begged you to let him out. He's a liar. He didn't start crying until we rolled the suitcase down the stairs. You rolled him down the stairs? Yeah, we couldn't carry him. For a 5-year-old, he's a chunk. Uncle Steve may want to give him some more salads. So you guys attacked your cousin, choked him out, rolled him down the stairs, and had him tied up in the basement all day. We tied him up only after he tried to escape. Okay, did you guys try to get a ransom from your uncle? Yeah, Uncle Steve is loaded. And turns out, not as attached to Eric as we had hoped. Yeah, we were like,
we have Eric, and if you ever want to see him, you can leave $70 in unmarked bills in the empty Capri Sun box in the fridge. Also, it'd be cool if you got more Capri Sun.
You demanded that Steve give you $70 for the safe return of Eric, and he would not negotiate with terrorists. We even told him we had the scissors. Why did you have scissors? We were going to cut off his pinky toe to show we meant business. I thought it was a game. It was, but we played to win. Turns out Uncle Steve got on Live 360. That app is scary accurate. Knew exactly where Eric was and came downstairs and said that if we didn't release him, he was going to turn off the Wi-Fi. So, we surrendered.
We have one last thing we have to do.
Okay.
Do you remember what it is? Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's the name of my show.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say Cameron Johnson.
Okay.
Your Comedy Minute. Go ahead, my friend.
So when I was a younger man, I sold magazines door to door, and I got I got invited to do that in Hawaii. So we're getting ready to fly to Hawaii. We go out to LA. It's my brother, my older brother, got me the job. He hired me to work for him, and then he was working for this guy named Louis. Louis was, for all intents and purposes, a con artist. We didn't know this at the time. We thought it was a legit company. We thought he had like the financial means to like make this thing go. We're in LA for like 4 days. He's just getting drunk every day. Well, he calls me and he's like, "Put your brother on the phone." I was like, "He's not here." He's like, "All right, I'm drunk. I need a ride home." I was like, "Okay, well, we can come get you. Where are you at?" He goes, "I'm 007. Find me." And then hung up the phone. And I was like, my brother's like, "Hey, be cool with this guy because he'll fire us." Like he's, And so now I'm just like, now I gotta find this guy in a place where the largest place I could possibly have ever been. And we get a call from the hotel.
You got me laughing so hard, man. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at one of these.
We got a call from the hotel. They're like, "Hey, an associate of yours is in our bar making a scene. We need you guys to come get him."
Louis, right?
Louis. Yeah. So I go down there. He's like, "I can't believe you found me." And I'm like, "Well, it was me or the police." So we get him wrangled. That's the first red flag. That's when I should have known not to get on the plane to go to Hawaii. The plane lands in Hawaii, and he's like, "All right," or actually, we leave him in LA. His girlfriend and the three salespeople and myself fly out to Hawaii. We land, and she's like, "All right, guys, you have to go sell some magazines."
Sell some magazines.
And
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, we just got off the plane. We would like to, go to the hotel, kind of get rested. We'll start in the morning." And she's like, "Well, we don't have any money for a hotel."
What?
And we're like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, Louis spent he maxed out all my credit cards. He's trying to work on drumming up capital back in LA. We need you to go sell magazines." So like my brother, I've never sold a magazine a day in my life. My brother and his friend had. They get it. We end up staying in a hostel. She like breaks down that night. She's like, he's maxed out all my credit cards. He spent every dime I have. This guy spent $50,000 on her credit cards.
Louis, that damn Louis.
Oh my God. And like, then she's still calling him to get advice. And like, this guy, like, "What are you doing?" And like, she's white. She's as white as you can be. He's a black guy. He keeps calling her his Nubian queen. I was like, I don't think that's how that works at all. And so, he spent 50,000. She has to make $50,000 to be broke again. And I was like, I look at my brother. My brother's still to this day. He's like, "I took you to Hawaii." It's like, you got me stranded in Hawaii. I was stuck in Hawaii. I tell people like, "Oh, I went to Hawaii for 6 weeks whenever I was 18 years old." I was stuck. I was not. We slept on beaches. It was a whole thing.
He
So
sounds like my older. Hey, I took you to Hawaii. You got us stranded in Hawaii.
yeah, you did not take
I
me.
took you to your first strip joint. Yeah, we got thrown out and I got the shit beat out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, that's a great story.
Thanks, man.